How are you all doing? I hope everyone is doing well. If you're new to the channel, I am Estelle and this is Jason.
Hi.
Guys, we are going back home, but we are going to pass somewhere and pick up something. I have gist for you guys, but I am waiting to get home and tell you. So yes, tag along. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing because I am sure you enjoy this gist. I'm going to gist you and whilst making one of Ghana's most delicious snacks. So since I started working, I've been having this American snacks, but I feel this particular Ghana snack will also add to my collection of snacks, you know. So I'm going to make that today, and then the husbandman will also taste it, and if he likes it, we'll make it once a while. It's not, I don't think it's something you should have every day because it's just flour and onions. Yes, that's the Ghanaian chips, Ghana chips or Ghanaian chips. So I'm going to be making that, and I have something important I want to talk to you guys about. So yeah, just take along. No, is it stick along? Tag along. Just tag along, and yeah, when we get home we'll start the gist. Okay, all right, I'll see you when I get home. Bye. Guys, so this came to mind. It catches my attention every time and I want to talk about it. So here in the US, they are very particular about their rules on the road. Okay, so they always stop for, is it service cars?
Yeah.
Service cars, emergency vehicles and all that, and school buses. You're not supposed to overtake a school bus, right?
When it stops.
When it stops, you're not supposed to overtake it, but when both of you are moving on the road, you can overtake. Yeah, but when it stops, you're not supposed to overtake it. In Ghana, not in the Ghana. Not in the Ghana. That's one of the very, very nice things I've noticed. Once they hear the siren, you see that they check where the siren is coming from, and then they just stop. They give way, they move if they're supposed to, and they stop. Even if you're coming from the opposite direction and the emergency vehicle is coming from this direction, you are coming from the opposite direction, you stop in your tracks, right babe? They stop, and I'm so shocked because if I'm coming from the north and they are coming from the south, why should I wait? Like, why should I stop my car? But that's what they do here. So I'm learning a lot of things, especially if you want to drive. You should learn these things and know, but it doesn't work in Ghana that way, because in Ghana they try and give the one coming from same direction as they are, they try to give it way, but the other direction doesn't stop. So that's one thing I found very interesting. And also stopping, waiting behind a school bus when it stops. Well, I think the rationale behind that is for you, in order not to knock down the school kids, because some of them might just cross the road as soon as they get off the bus. So I think that's very interesting. That's very, very interesting. In Ghana, the motorcyclists, the Okada drivers, we call them Okada drivers, they don't even observe traffic rules. Once the traffic turns red, that's when they even move at top speed, instead of them to wait with the cars. I don't know why in Ghana they don't see themselves as people that should obey the traffic rules. They don't do that, and they keep knocking down school children left, right, center. I think these rules on the road, or rules on the road, have to be really enforced in Ghana in that regard, because hey, yeah. So I just thought to bring this. I just thought to talk about this this morning, which I find interesting. In other videos, if I see it being done, I'll just quickly video for you guys to see. But now today there's nothing like that, so it just happened and I'm talking about it, but I'll try catch it on camera for you guys to see what I'm talking about, especially or particularly those of us watching from to catch that on camera for you guys to see. I'm not even lying about it. I think it's something worth emulating if you are a driver in Ghana. Change starts from just one person. So if one person practices it, though they would insult you and lash out and everything, I mean, someone might find it interesting and nice and also try it, and that's how it will spread. So yeah. Bye guys. Hey guys, so we are back home. I'm coming to make the chips and then we just okay. So these are my ingredients. Let me show you briefly. I've got butter. I told you guys I was buying butter, so I just warmed it a bit so that it will be soft enough. I've got oil. This is almost finished, so I'll use the rest and add this. And then flour, and this is blended onion. Okay, and then I'll add a little bit of salt to it. So yeah, basically that's it. I'll show you guys what I do and then we talk. Are you okay? All right, so guys, I'm going to take some of my flour. So this is the flour. Then I'll add the butter first because it is salted, okay? I hope this will be enough. If it's not enough, I'll add a bit more. Okay guys, so the gist is that I've been wondering, I don't know, I talked to a lot of people. Okay, the last time I was up, we were actually working and one lady walked to me. We had finished. We went to do something outside the office and we had finished, so we were just having some time talking about stuff. And then she asked me if, okay, this is enough, the butter is enough, because according to the recipe I watched, you have to squeeze it and then leave it, and if it falls like this, it means it's enough butter. Okay, all right, so let's continue what I was saying. Add a little salt, not too much, just a little to taste. Okay, as I was saying, and then the woman asked me if I specifically learned English because I was coming to the USA. If I went to take English lessons because I was coming here. And I was like, you say? I'm just kidding. I didn't say that. I was a bit surprised there. I was taken aback because official I said official English. Our official language in Ghana is English. Okay? If you go to Ghana, our official language is English. Oh my goodness, the thing didn't blend properly. See, this huge chunk of onion. If you go to Ghana, our official language is English. And almost every educated person in Ghana speaks English, speaks good English. Okay? So if you are an African in America, do you get some of these questions? Do you get people asking you some of these things? Because I think it's a bit weird for people to ask such questions. Maybe the person might have met one or two people who do not speak English. Maybe one or two people from Ghana who do not speak English or were not able to communicate with them. So maybe that's where the generalization comes from. I don't know. But yeah, I keep getting these questions. And the first few weeks I started working also, I got someone, they actually wanted to know where I come from and all that. And then after the conversation, the person was like, oh, you speak well. I'm like, you speak good English. So by this video, I'm putting it out there. I know most of my audience is from the United States. So, and I see in my studio, most of you guys are from the USA, and most of you are also from Ghana. So thank you for the support anyways, but let me put it out there that in Ghana, English is our official language. When you go to school, it is the medium of instruction. So I was taught in English since I started growing up. So that was the more reason why I didn't write any English test or anything when I was going to do my master's in the United Kingdom. And we speak British English, okay? We speak and write British English. We do not speak or write American English. So that's just by the way. That's something I want to talk about today, since I've had this encounter with people severally. But here I'm trying to speak American English, because in Ghana we will say water, as the British should say water. But here in America they say water, like D, or like a D instead of pronouncing the T. So yeah, but it doesn't actually matter, because we understand you guys, you Americans, we understand you when you talk. It's only you guys that do not probably understand me when I talk. So yeah, it might be the accents, but the words pronunciation might be different, but we still communicate. So when I talk, if you're watching this video and you do not understand what I'm saying, maybe you should use subtitles. I guess that's how it's called. Yeah, so you understand what I'm saying. Okay, all right. So our dough is ready. We don't need it too much because we do not want to activate any gluten or anything. I'll divide it into two and then I'll roll it. Mind you, this place is already cleaned, okay? I don't want anyone coming to tell me, oh, you didn't clean the countertop before starting. It's already clean, okay? Because some people can be really mean on social media. Oh, you're so dirty, you didn't clean your countertop. So guys, yeah, let me know if you've had this encounter, with people surprised that you can actually communicate with them. I wonder why people think Africa, let me put it that way, because most Americans do not differentiate between African countries. They just call it Africa. So I wonder why people, let me not say people, most Americans think Africa is like this huge jungle full of primitive people and full of backward kind of behaviors. And sometimes I wonder how people really think life is in most African countries. Of course, I'm not disputing the fact that there are countries and there are villages of how do we call this group of people, babe
What?
how do we call the group of people who are still so much in tune with their culture and tradition, like original cultures and traditions? with no adulteration of their cultures.
They're tribal.
Tribal groups. Yeah. Yeah, tribal. They are still tribal groups, but of course there's civilization also. And when you're trying to describe people from African countries, do not think everybody is like from a tribal setting where there's no civilization, there's no modernization, you know. Anyways, I'll just roll this quickly and then we cut it, okay? It's like I'm talking too much. Smells so good.
Our hearts beat.
We're going to cut this into very thin pieces and then we fry. It's easy. It's very easy. You can use a knife if you don't have this. Babe, what's this thing called? Pizza cutting tool. Pizza cutter.
Yeah.
All right. You can use knife if you don't have this.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire.
Nice. See? So I'm just going to remove them. Some of them are pretty long and wide, so I'll just cut them again. Make sure they are well separated. I'm just going to try to make sure they are as equal as possible. If not, some of them will be burning whilst others are not yet cooked, you know, or fried. Of course, guys, I'm not saying it was rude for the woman to ask me such a question. I've not taken any offense, okay, but I just think it is weird because even in Ghana we communicate with ourselves in English, you know. You can ask anyone from where I used to work in Ghana. Most of the times English is the language we speak at work. I, for instance, because I do not like speaking Chi, so you always catch me speaking English. My former colleagues who are watching will attest to the fact. Melody, Melody, I know you've been watching the video sometimes. Melody, Teresa, you guys should come and remove your mouth. Remove your mouth. You guys should come and attest to the fact that I wasn't always speaking true with you people. Okay, guys, so this is Ghana chips. Ghana flour chips. We have different types of chips in Ghana. We have plantain chips, we have flour chips, and this particular one, if shaped in another way, it has a different name. I think it's achomo or something. Yeah, I think so. I don't know if the method is different, but I think that one has sugar. Yeah, I think that one has sugar, so it might be different. I didn't put any sugar in this. It doesn't require sugar. Guys, I want to let me use this opportunity to give, what's her name? Oh, I need to I need to find the name. Yes, let me use this time to give Sandra Abeka, I guess, a huge shout out. Shout out to Sandra Abeka. Thank you for your support. I said I was gonna give someone a shout out every time I post a video, but I always forget. Maybe you guys should start reminding me. Okay, if I don't do it in the video, then I'll try and do it in the comments. Yeah, I should try and do it in the comments. Shout out to Sandra Becca. Thank you for your support. Keep your support coming. Keep your support coming. For it not to stick together, I'll just sprinkle some flour on it. Then let me leave it and put the oil on fire, so that the oil must be hot before we start frying. So let me start it. This is where I'll be putting it when it's done. It's just a sieve, and I've laced it with paper towels. I'm using a dipper saucepan because I need the oil to cover it. I need the flour thing to be immersed in the oil. Okay, so I'm not using a shallow frying pan. That's so much oil. All right. Once the oil is heating, I'll get back to my cutting, okay?
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the can. Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We
is hot now. Let's fry. So guys, this is the end of the video. My snacks are ready, and I'll just let it cool a bit, and I'll put it in a storage container. You can have some during the day, you know. Yeah, thanks for sticking by. I will see. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Bye. I'll let this cool down and then I'll taste it, because when it's this hot, it's not really nice. Yeah. Bye guys.